Indonesia's president is under increasing pressure to declare a national emergency on the island of Sumatra. Cyclone-driven floods and landslides have killed at least 836 people. Hundreds more are missing. Many villages remain buried under mud and debris, and forecasters have warned that more very heavy rain is on the way, bearing down on the island.
Approaching the disaster zone in northern Sumatra. I'm on board an 8 helicopter delivering food to isolated villages. Once we land, these packages will be distributed by motorbike. Authorities say the situation is bad, but Indonesia has not declared a national emergency.
Do you think it would help if Singapore or if other countries come in to help?
I think, yeah, I think they help because this today and before the after tomorrow we need many helicopters because many area big flood and the others.
The scale of destruction is massive. Supply chains across northern Sumatra have collapsed, raising fears of food shortages and hunger. The weather forecast is grim, but Indonesian officials, including the Minister of Political and Security Affairs, who visited on Friday, insist everything is under control.
We
haven't found any area that is completely inaccessible. The way we reach them is by airdropping food and other supplies. And soon, hopefully, all routes will open.
We reached the port town of Sibolga in 15 minutes, a trip that would have taken a full day by road from the airport. The region has always been vulnerable to natural disasters, but not on this scale. Many here suspect decades of extensive deforestation have compounded the devastation.
Flying over this part of northern Sumatra, it's really hard to tell what's more shocking, the destruction and the many landslides you can see, or the level of deforestation one can observe.
Investigations into the causes of the disaster are already underway, but for now the priority is helping the victims, and there are thousands. Emergency crews say it could take weeks before they will be able to assess the true extent of the disaster.
And joining us now from North Tapanuli is our correspondent, Georg Matthes. Georg, bring us up to date on the recovery and relief efforts where you are. It's been more than a week since the flooding set in. What are people telling you?
That's right, it's been more than a week, and still there's rain. There's another thunderstorm coming at us right now. So still very tense situation here in North Sumatra, but also in West Sumatra, as well as in Aceh. In Aceh particularly, you still have the problem that there's still a lot of water. The water level of the flash floods still very high. Here in North Sumatra, you have more the problem with landslides and roads being cut off. And so you still have a lot of helicopters and aid vehicles trying to reach those isolated places where people are in need of food, but also in need of diapers and in need of supplies, basically, to make it through.
And you actually just got back from visiting several villages that have been severely affected. Give us a sense of what's going on there, what you witnessed.
Yeah, it's really, once you drive a bit into the mountains, and we went about for 2.5, 3 hours towards central Sumatra, that's where you really understand how dangerous these landslides are. It's really liquefied soil coming at the houses. I went into a couple of houses where really the soil was 0.5 meter, 2 meters high, almost up until the ceiling, and a lot of roads closed off. We met a number of soldiers who came in on a truck and then disembarked, put on their backpacks with food, and said they will now hike for 3 days in order to reach some villages that cannot be supported by airdrops because the forest is so dense.
One thing that you touched on in your report is deforestation and how it likely contributed to the scale of the flooding. Are Indonesian authorities taking this seriously?
Yes, Yes, I would say, I mean, they're taking it seriously. But look, if you take this disaster, for instance, I think it was a lack of information that it's in such remote places until they realized how big an event this is. And something similar is happening with deforestation. There's so many factors involved. There is companies involved. There is mining companies. There's agricultural companies involved in these activities. The Environment Minister has already said mining licenses will be revoked if laws have been broken. But to tackle the issue of deforestation, it's very complex. For instance, another question is how many ministries in Jakarta are involved when it comes to deforestation, and it's a couple of them. So there's no clear authority who's in charge with this particular topic. But one thing is sure, people here are fully aware that landslides have become a very serious problem in this region, and this problem of deforestation needs to be tackled effectively in the future in order to prevent further disasters like this one.
DW correspondent Georg Matthes in North Sumatra. Thank you.